Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Bite Size. So today we will be discussing about the halo effect. It's a cognitive or a psychological bias that affects our judgments. So we will discuss that topic in detail. So without further ado, let's start. So I will start with one simple question. Have you ever wondered why these good-looking people are the one that gets all the breaks and opportunities, while the people like you and me struggle to get any opportunity to move forward? So it's not just luck, it's something called the halo effect, and this psychological phenomena can make people judge based on one trait only and assume that they are good at everything else. Like, for example, they think if someone looks good, they must be amazing at everything else. So we will be diving into this fascinating bias and see how it shapes our world. Let's move forward.
Now let's try to understand the concept of the halo effect. It's a cognitive bias, as I told you earlier, where our overall impression of a person influences how we perceive their specific traits. Let me give you an example to give you a better idea of how this bias plays out. If someone is attractive, we might assume they are also intelligent, kind, or trustworthy, even without any evidence. So this concept was first identified in 1920s by a psychologist named Edward Thorndike, where he studied the military officers and asked them to rate different soldiers on traits like intelligence and leadership, and found that the ratings were highly correlated, like physique with intelligence at 0.31. He named that effect as halo effect because it's like a glowing halo that makes everything seem positive. So that was the concept of halo effect. Now let's look at some of the key studies that were done on the halo effect. First of all, do forgive me if I mispronounce any author's name. So let's start. In 1972, Dion, Burscheid and Wolster found that the attractive people were seen as having better personalities and happier lives. And another study in 1974 by Landy and Segal showed that the essays by the attractive authors always got the higher ratings, especially if they were poorly written. For example, in 6.7 versus 5.9 for the well-written topics, and 5.2 versus 2.7 for the poor-written topics. And in courts as well, Efron in 1974 found that the attractive defendants got higher sentences, and in another study by Mr. Moore and his team in 2011 showed that the intelligent-looking faces were rated more attractive, especially for men. So you can find that this bias is everywhere and it is affecting our judgments in our daily lives. So the halo effect isn't just an academic concept. It has some real world consequences and it is affecting our lives on daily basis. For example, in marketing, you have seen that companies using a celebrity endorsements like famous actors promoting a product to make us trust it and use that product more. And in the workplaces, managers might rate punctual employees higher overall, affecting the promotions. And in schools, teachers often expect more from the attractive students, influencing grades. And even in the courts, attractive defendants get lighter sentences, lower sentences, showing how deep this bias runs in our system and in our world. But is the halo effect always accurate? Not necessarily. Sure, it can lead to biased judgments, like assuming someone is smart just because they are attractive, ignoring their actual abilities. Some even say it can increase accuracy, like when attractiveness correlates with confidence, but distinguishing true halo from the illusory halo is tough. It can be very difficult to point out. So it can also perpetuate stereotypes, which isn't fair. So, the halo effect is a powerful force shaping how we see the people and products. It's a mental shortcut, but now you can spot it in your life and maybe counteract it. Have you ever fallen for it? Share it down in the comments below and subscribe for more mind-blowing insights. Thank you.